Alright, David Harry here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to install this headband onto the Oculus 2, which has also got headphones built into it. It's really cool. Anyway, the thing is, before I get into this, you're probably going to want to know, is it any good before you start watching a video about how to install it? So luckily for you, I've got myself an expert here, so say hello, expert.
Hello, I'm an expert.
Okay, now also just so that you know that this video is done like completely impartially, I've never met this expert until about 2 minutes ago, just before this video. Isn't that right, expert?
No, we have never met before, Uncle David.
Okay then, expert. So how does that headband feel and how does it compare to the original Oculus headband?
Well, it feels like a pillow that goes like really just all around your head, but it's like one of the comfiest things though, and more comfier than the other straps, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. And what about those headphones that are on it? What are they like compared to the audio that normally comes out of the Oculus?
Oh, they are great because you can hear everything, and you can't really hear anyone outside of the VR unless they're like shouting.
Okay, cool. So does it make it a bit more immersive then when you're in VR?
Yes, it does. It makes you feel like it's real life in a way.
Okay then, expert, one last question. The way you can tighten this thing on at the back and make it tighter on your head, how does that feel compared to the original strap for the Oculus?
Well, it's actually very better than other straps because it's very easy because there is something behind your head right here. And if you turn that forward or backwards, it can make it go outwards and inwards so much easier. With the normal headset, with the normal headset straps, you have to like pull something at the back for something like that, and then there's another thing at the top. But it's just a simple twisty.
Okay, so there we have it then. This replacement headband for the Quest 2 is not just better and more comfortable than the original headband, but also those little headphones are also really cool. So what I'm going to do now is crack on and show you how to install this headband onto the Quest 2. So the first thing that I need to do is to remove the original strap and also remove this rubber piece here that fits onto your face. So first thing to do is to remove the rubber piece. So just grab hold of it and just pry it off, and it comes off real easy like that. It just clips on very lightly. So we'll move that out the way. Next thing here is the strap. So what we need to do is like unzip the Velcro here. And then if we have a look here, there's a little piece that holds the strap into place. So just pull it back through that piece there. So let me get that out. Okay. Now, each side here is just held on with like these little plastic clamp bits here. So if we have a look here, I'm just going to bend open this bit here. And as we will see, it'll just pop straight off. So that pops straight off. Now, I'm going to do it on the other side here. So just bend it off and it'll pop straight off. There we go. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is to prepare the new headband. Now the first thing we need to do is to put the back cushion bit here onto the back of the band. Now as we will see here, there's like a catch there on the back of this cushion, and then there's also a catch there, and they simply push into there and there on the back of the headband. So let me just push these on here. So let me just go for the first one. As we will see there's the first one pushed in, and you will hear it click in. Now here goes the second one. Hold on. And as we could hear there's a click there. So now that the cushion piece is attached to the back of the headband here, there's one really important thing that we have to do before we go any further. And that's to make sure that this cable here, which is the headphone cable, is sitting on top of everything. So let me just show you. Make sure that the actual band and the strap here are underneath the cable. And make sure that the cable sits right above everything before we go any further. And the reason why is because if that cable is underneath after everything is attached, you will not be able to reach it round and then clip it into the headphone socket on the Quest 2. So like I say, definitely make sure the cable is over the top here like this. Now the next thing to do is to connect these arm pieces to the side of the Quest. So what I'm going to do here is just show you how I go about doing this. You might be able to find a different way of doing it, but this seems to work for me. So hopefully, as we should be able to see here, this arm piece off the Quest will literally just slide through to the back on the inside of the headband piece there, like that, and then it pushes in on the front. So let me just see if I can get a bit closer and show you that again. So there's the inside of the arm piece there, and then if we get the Quest arm piece there and then just push it in onto the front and then slide it through to the back there, and as we can see, it kind of fits in really neatly. Then get it up to the back there and then get round to the front and then just push it on and it'll clip on like that. And then just do the same on the other side. So I'm just going to slide it in there and then get to the front and push it on, and it'll clip on like that. Now the next thing to do is to get the top piece here, which is the cushion that goes on the top of your head. We need to get that connected to the front of the Quest 2 here. Now I'm just going to try and show you this as best as I can because it can be a bit fiddly. So let me explain what I'm going to do first. So as we can see here, there's like a slot here. Now the front of the band comes in from underneath that slot, and then you just pull it through the slot. I'm explaining that only because it might be a little bit fiddly for me to do. Now just before I do that, also another thing that I find is good here, if we get the cable off the headphones, then if you put all this underneath the cable like that, then just leave the cable on top of the band like that, and then we can actually then leave the cable seated inside the band once it's all locked in. So what I'm going to do here is try my best to do this in one take. However, I've just explained what I'm doing, but it's going to be a bit fiddly because I'm trying to film it. So I'm going to try and thread or lace the front piece of the band through that little gap there as I've just shown you. So give us a second. I'll have to wiggle it in to try and get it through. And there it is. It's just coming through there, as we can see, hopefully. So I'll just pull that through like that. And there we go. So that's all gone through. Then what we do, we just flip that over and then Velcro it down onto the top of the band like that. So that's now our top cushion piece off the headband all sorted. And as we can see here, the cable for the headphones is nice and neat and tucked inside there. Now all we have to do with the cable is just plug it into the headphone socket there on the Quest 2. So that's the headphones all sorted. And then the last thing to do is to just reconnect this rubber face piece here. And as we can see, this is going to be really straightforward because it can only go in one way. On the bottom here, this is where your nose bit is, and that lines up with the nose bit at the bottom of the Quest 2 there. So literally just line it back over and then just push it on, and you will kind of feel it all click into place like that. And then next thing is, it is all back together again. Now I'm just going to quickly show you something about the headphones because it might just be easier to see it from this angle. So each of the headphones here is on like its own little arm. Now that arm can like bend backwards and forwards through like quite a big arc, as we can see there. Also, the headphone itself can run up and down the arm. So we've got there, and then we can go right back to there. Then on top of that, it will bend out this far and it will bend back in that far. So basically you can get these positioned in like a load of different places. So they're definitely going to line up with any type of head that goes in, or more precisely line up with the ears on the head that goes inside there. And then finally, the last thing to show you here is this clamping system which the headband uses, which I think is absolutely awesome. So on the back of the headband here, we've got a wheel, and if we listen to this, we can hear it click in as it locks. Now what it is, once that is on your head, you can tighten it up and loosen it with this wheel on the back. So if I just turn it anti-clockwise or counterclockwise, it opens up the headband, as we can see there, and it'll open it up quite big. So this is going to fit on like probably most types of heads. And then if we go clockwise with it, it then tightens up onto your head. Now this can go quite tight, so just be a little bit careful with that. However, I think that this gives you a fantastic fit on your head, and it stops the Quest 2 from kind of like, you know, wobbling all over your face and stuff like that.
Anyways, that should just about do it for this video. There will be Amazon links in the description below. And if you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and a sub would be really appreciated. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.